In just a moment, we're going to talk to Perth's psych-pop titans, Tame Impala. We love these guys. They've just gone on to album number 2. It's a luxuriant thing called Lonerism, and we're going to find out in just a moment from the Tame Impala dudes what went into the making of that record, whether it sent Kevin over the edge or not, and indeed how things have been in Tame Impala land. So we'll speak to Tame Impala in just a moment here on Static. And joining us in the studio on Static this evening, it's fantastic to be being paid a visit by Dom and Kevin from Tame Impala. Gentlemen, welcome in.
Thank you for having us. Thanks.
You're doing all right? You've emerged blinking into the light with Lonerism out and touring happening?
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Was it sort of a long gestation period to make the record then, Kevin? I mean, obviously you sort of have been working on it on and off for a long time, so were you kind of a bit, relieved to finally have it out?
Yeah, it's more like on and on for a long time. I can't even begin to describe the torment. And well, not torment, but just I don't know. I haven't even sort of thought about music since finishing the album because my brain is just dead.
Uh-huh.
It's just totally exhausted of
ideas,
creativity and output. Yeah.
Do you sort of cocoon yourself away to make a record though? Because on the album sleeve it says that stuff was recorded between 2010 and 2012, so it's not like you kind of had this intense period, right? You're sort of at home.
Oh,
on
right.
and off.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was pretty much just recording most of it in a room next to my bedroom for the last sort of 2 years or whatever. And so, yeah, we'd go on tour and stuff, and I'd come back and just go back into the studio. But that's the thing, when I was on tour, I had my computer with me as well, so I wasn't able to escape from it.
There's no rest. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's kind of just, it was just more and more of an obsession this time.
You need to talk to your boss, you need to get a break. You need to give yourself a break.
Not a boss, a psychiatrist or something. No, I don't know. Just someone. No, I don't know.
Why was it a bit different this time around than making the first album? Was it because you knew there'd be people expecting it and there was a, weight of expectation, I guess, on the record?
It wasn't even that. It was just the way I had set it up, where I just allowed myself to be doing it all the time. In hindsight, it probably would have been healthier to just allocate a 2-month or 3-month period for doing it. But because I just had it in the room next to my bedroom, it would just be all day, every day.
Is that the room that's on the record cover as well?
Yeah,
that's it. You amongst all this crap, which you can barely swing a cat in.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to go. You need to follow the Rolling Stones idea and rent some chateaus in the south of France or something for album number 3. I think it's a bit healthier.
Yeah, that would definitely serve me better. Serve us better.
Yeah. What's it like for you guys in the band, Dom, watching Kevin make a record then? Is he easy to be around, or is it, do you kind of feel a bit sorry for his torment?
No, it's always been the case that Kevin would be working on music kind of incessantly since I've known him, since he was 13, 14 years old. So it's nothing new to us to, I know, it's just if we're in the van, he'll have his headphones on with Ableton open, going at it, and it's just kind of how it works. It's not weird to us, or he doesn't get kind of ratty, and it's just how it is.
Doesn't become a prima donna every now and then saying, I have to work on this song?
No, not at all.
Because it seems for Lonerism, you guys have kind of drawn the curtain back a bit as well. Obviously, people now know that it's just you that makes the records, Kevin. Was that a bit of a misconception when Inner Speaker came out?
Yeah, but I didn't mind it, because I've always kind of gone with that thing in the past, because I've always just sort of said it's a band, because I don't know, I felt a bit shy probably. I was just too self-conscious to say that it's all me. I just felt safe hiding behind a blanket of other people.
It definitely wasn't an intentional thing. If someone asked us how the songwriting process evolved, we'd always just say it was Kevin. It's just kind of people didn't really get it.
No, yeah, we've always we're never told fibs or anything. But for some reason, even though we say what we say and it's the truth, people still just go, oh yeah, band. It sounds like a rock band playing in a room, so
it must be.
Yeah. I mean,
well, even the fact that a band like Pond's been so busy the last couple of years makes people realise, I guess, that you can't all be in 2 places at once. So it has to be you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's kind of the other thing, is that I don't feel like it's such a representative of what we do now, Tame Impala. It's because everyone else has a band that, I don't know, people know about and stuff, so I can just say, well, Tame Impala is my little thing, and it makes sense, you know.
Yeah. And so then is the album title Lonerism a bit of a giveaway as well? Is that what you do?
Oh, not at all. It's kind of a coincidence. Or if anything, the recording process is like a result of, I don't know, being that kind of person.
Right. So how do you build things up in the studio then if there's not the band there? Do you literally sort of do it track by track yourself, or how do you kind of get the scope of what a song's going to sound like, Kevin?
I usually just record the first thing that I can think of that's kind of like the most important, like the thing that's like loudest in my head, you know, it'll be like some chords or something, and then sing some melody over it. I just have to get the basic kind of idea down before I forget it. And then just slowly put, you know, drums and bass over the top, and in whatever order seems more like inspiring. You know, there's no rules.
Right. Are you guys sort of around then, Dom, for bouncing ideas back and forth as well? Are you sounding boards every now and then?
Not in an intrusive fashion. We're always there if Kevin wants a second opinion. But yeah, it's like if he wants our opinion, if he's unsure of something, he'll give us a ring or an email or something.
Mm-hmm. Dom's usually my go-to guy for.
Is he the guy that says yes the most?
I'm a harsh critic.
No, he's totally brutal and honest, which is what you need, you know.
Yeah.
The worst thing imaginable is someone that just says yes all the time. I wouldn't be able to stand that.
And after touring Inner Speaker for so long, were you kind of pent up with a lot of ideas and things you wanted to try when you got to go back and just be that studio guy? I mean, some of the stuff on the record seems like you've really enjoyed that part of the process, like the hand on the tape stop in Apocalypse Dreams, things like that seem like you really kind of enjoyed yourself by making the record.
Yeah, totally. It was just it was a result of using a computer to do it rather than just an 8-track for the last album. The 8-track, you have to kind of plan ahead what you're going to do before you start the song, because you've got to you just press record and it goes into the song, and then you've got to work out what you're going to do. But with using computers, there's just infinite possibilities. You know, you can just bring in a guitar here for 2 seconds and then take it out and put in 3 synthesizers playing a little thing, and just for 3 seconds, you know, you can just put anything anywhere you want, and use things like a filter sweep, because the thing I use is usually meant for electronic music.
Uh-huh.
So you can do like things I do in electronic music just on the song, you know, that you probably wouldn't be able to do with, or that would be really hard to do on a different medium. But,
so you're not a fan of the, you know, vintage sort of recording everything onto tape kind of vibe?
Oh no, I do. I love that. I love that as well. But just for this time, I was just overwhelmed with the possibilities. I couldn't ignore it.
And even stylistically, it seems that you guys have had a bit more fun on Lonerism. I'm want to say it, but it almost sounds like more of a pop record than Inner Speaker. Like a song like Elephant is this sort of glam shuffle thing, which I guess you guys hadn't dipped your toes into before as well. When those songs were kind of coming out of the studio, were you excited by what you were hearing, Dom?
I think in the past we've always been a bit more self-conscious of not wanting to be really lame, whereas
that should be on a t-shirt, not wanting to be really lame.
Whereas now, you know, having the reception that the first album brought, and you know, the positive feedback we received, we, I guess, became a bit more confident with just doing what felt right, rather than kind of imposing restrictions on ourselves of what we think is cool.
Did a lot of fans and reviewers of Inner Speaker as well sort of mention bands and reference points that you guys actually hadn't heard of, that they thought Tame Impala sounded like? Did you kind of have to go and check them out after you know, people were sort of latching onto Inner Speaker?
Yeah, totally. That happens all the time. Sometimes I check them out, sometimes I don't bother.
Right.
You know, I would imagine that happens to everyone though.
Because for the Elephant remix, you got Todd Rundgren to do one.
Yeah.
Was that someone that you were across from the start, or is he, you know, as an artist like that, someone you've only latched onto the last couple of years, Kev?
Yeah, totally. Lasted a few years. We're all massive fans of him and his kind of work, his adventurism in the studio, definitely.
And so, are there a few more kind of you know, crusty 70s underground heroes that you have on your wish list for remixes or to work with? Then,
I'm not sure a lot of them would even know how to operate a computer at this point.
I don't know, like Robert White or something.
Yes.
It could be amazing.
Can we dig up Harry Nilsson, or I don't know, you tell me.
I don't know who that is.
Well, there's album number 3.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Well, look, you guys, it was great to have a talk this evening. For now, we might have a listen to a song off of Lonerism. We'll play It Feels Like We're Going to Go Backwards. You are obviously on tour forever, so how do you make time to make album number 3 now, Kevin?
I don't know. I'm just, I don't really know what it's going to be like, but I got a few kind of ideas that could be really cool, or it could just sound terrible. I don't know. It's still just a thought process at the moment.
You guys remember my hint. Get out of that room. Chateau.
South of France, right.
All right. This is Tame Impala on Static. Thanks for the talk, Kevin and Dom.
Thank you.
No problem.